Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Rokita, right here back at you again on the OnStage Plus TV network, ready to give you some more NFL updates. Yep, that's right. So I can no longer really say officially off season because actually back in March, the 2022 league season officially began. So, while there's no games actually being played, the new season has already started. So I'm still here though to give you your updates because obviously there's no highlights on any of the games, but there have been plenty of things going on across the league since the last game was played. And that was 3 months ago, back in February 10th, I believe, was the Super Bowl of 2022. So that was the last actual football game we've seen, Super Bowl 56, Cincinnati Bengals and LA Rams. So I can't really give you any highlights, but if you have been watching me and you've been sticking here with me in Rose Corner, then you know you should be pretty much caught up to date with everything that's going on around the league. So at first, I'd like to begin by saying thank you for joining me here on the OnStage Plus TV network, where you can find me every Thursday at 7 p.m. You can find the OnStage Plus TV network on all of your major streaming sites, Amazon, Roku, Hulu. You'll find tons of entertainment, not just myself, but plenty of other shows to keep you entertained. All right. So look, again, I've kept you up to date on plenty of things that have been happening around the league. So much has happened. We've had the NFL Combine. We've had Pro Scouting Day. We had Free Agency Day, Free Agency Frenzy, lots of trades going on. So we've had all of the events that have actually led up to the biggest event that happened this past weekend. And that's right, that was the 2022 NFL Draft. It took place April 28th through April 30th. So yeah, 3-day event, 7 rounds in the heart of Las Vegas, right there on the Strip. So I'm excited to talk about the draft because if you've seen the draft, it was full of fans, full of people, okay? Not just players and prospects, and they had other players there, but tons of people and fans. And speaking of fans, I'm a really big fan of a fan that was there that Roger Goodell actually called up on the stage, and I just happened to walk away and I come back from the TV, and guess who's sitting there? Mr. Ice Cube himself. That's right. If you know me, you know I'm a big Ice Cube fan. Yeah. Just kidding. Okay, but no, for real, I'm a big Ice Cube fan, so it was really exciting to see him get called up there. In fact, right after he got off stage, they said he broke the microphone because everyone else that came up to talk after him, you couldn't even hear what they were saying. So all around Twitter was, did Ice Cube break the microphone? Because he did get up there pretty pumped and pretty loud, which is one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan of him. But again, this is about the draft, and there were tons of people there that wanted to be a part of the draft. So we're going to talk about the draft today. We'll find out, did many of those prospects that were in the mock drafts, did those picks stay the way they were? Okay, because I can only imagine what these players are going through, not just moments before they're being called, but we're talking about days and months prior to this. So the things they're going through, the work they're putting in at the combine, but during the off season, the things that we don't see. I'm sure it's got to be so stressful, even for their families, because, you know, this is a family type thing. This is something these prospect players cannot do on their own. They've got their coaches and trainers behind them, but you know, this is a big, pretty major event for going into the NFL. So I completely enjoy covering this just as much as I enjoyed covering the combine, because now you get to see, did these players that stood out at the combine and pro days, you know, did their standards, you know, stand up? Were they able to still be where they were supposed to be in the draft? And so that's what I want to talk about today. We'll find out what team got the overall first pick, which happened to be the same team that had most of the picks in the NFL draft. Find out for me, actually, we're going to talk about who I thought was probably one of the biggest upsets in the draft. And, a couple other stories that I wanted to cover. A story on how there's always a person named Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, or every year in the draft. So this year, we'll find out who was deemed Mr. Irrelevant and, of course, why he got that name. So, all right, let's get started. Come on over. I've talked about everything. Let's get into the NFL draft. Join me right now in Rose Corner.